everybody, I'm Genesis Moss. I'm reporting from Anime Mid-Atlantic 2013 from Chesapeake, Virginia. Today I'm here with Kyle Hebert. He's an anime voice actor. He's done a lot of really great stuff. Why don't you tell us a few of the things you've done?
Cool. Well, I started 13 years ago on a little obscure show called Dragon Ball Z. I got to be the narrator and teenage/adult Gohan. Moved on to other big franchises like Full Metal Alchemist and Bato Fallman, who's one of Roy Mustang's guys. Naruto, the voice of Kiba, and Aizen on Bleach, the lead villain there, and Gurren Lagann, voice of Kamina, and Ryu in Street Fighter, and most recently he had a little cameo in Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah.
And just tons of little bit parts in other big franchises like Sonic or Resident Evil, and let's see, I've got some good characters in League of Legends, and yeah, it's just a blast. I'm so lucky to get to do what I do.
Awesome. Now, you've been voice acting, you said, for 13 years, correct?
Yeah.
What was it that attracted you to voice acting?
When I was a kid, just watching Bugs Bunny, and then being 8 years old, my dad saying, you know, one guy did all those voices. And I said, really? That kind of planted the seed early on. So I was always too shy, though, to get on stage, and I couldn't memorize dialogue. And in voice work, your script's always in front of you, so you get a little spoiled by that. I've done some on-camera stuff, and I always struggle with trying to memorize lines, and the pressure of the crew and the lighting and the other actors is like, don't blow your line, don't blow your line, or we're going to do it all over again. Like, But, yeah, it's just very freeing in the voiceover world where it doesn't matter what you look like. You know, it doesn't matter how old, tall, skinny, fat, you know, this, that, and the other. I mean, none of us look how we sound. And we're always playing people of different ages and different, and you know, of course, the attraction of being an actor is like to go outside and inhabit someone else's skin for, you know, a couple hours or whatnot. So yeah, it's been a lifelong dream of mine, particularly to get to do animation voice work.
That is great. What would you say has been the favorite character that you've done in your long career?
I don't really have a favorite, but obviously working on Dragon Ball Z, first of all, as a fan, is kind of an unreal thing to just try to describe to people. It's like when you're a fan of something and then you get to be a part of it in some sort of way. That was crazy. So that was like a double achievement unlocked. You know, back in the summer of 2000, I'd go in and try out. I was working in radio, and I heard about auditions, and I got very, very lucky. I got called back by Chris Sabat, the director of the English dub, 2 weeks later, and said, congrats, we want to hire you to do some voice work for us. And I'm like, whoa! Double achievement. Fan of the show, and I was getting to voice on an animated show, something I've always wanted to do since I was a kid. And I've always been a lifelong anime fan as well. And yeah, just really, really awesome to get to do that. And of course, that led to domino effect into everything else. And I guess my latest crowning achievement is just getting to be an iconic character like Ryu in Street Fighter, and having, just because I happen to play that, and then they do Wreck-It Ralph, and Disney decides, let's get the actual voice talent for these cameos. I'm like, lucky day for me.
Yeah, I'm kind of sitting here wishing I had brought my copy of Super Street Fighter forward.
Next time. I'll sign it next time, yeah.
That's great. Is there any characters that maybe are already in existence that have been, I guess, iconic over the years that you particularly would want to take on at some point?
Ooh, that's tough because I'm such a geek over the field of voice acting, and I admire and respect so many people in the field that, you know, what they bring to the table is and are those characters. You know, I could never imagine taking over Bugs Bunny, but what's up, Doc? You know, it'd be great to do that, but that's an impression of it. But Mel Blanc imbibed those characters. He became those characters. So you know, there's things that I look at and go, man, I wish I could have been Alucard in Hellsing, or I wish I could have been Spike on Cowboy Bebop, or something. You know, just these are iconic characters and iconic shows. But I don't want to take anything away from the characters. I mean, I've auditioned for Ichigo on Bleach, and you know, it's like I'm not going to say that I would have made a better Ichigo. I think Johnny Young Bosch is Ichigo, and I'm just again very fortunate to work with a great talent pool.
Great. And you said you're a little more, I guess, camera shy from actual acting.
Not camera shy. It's not that I'm shy. It's more so I was as a kid. Right. I was too afraid to do that. But working in voiceover has helped build my confidence. Working in radio, you know, and then now I can address a panel room with thousands of people and host a cosplay event or whatever, and this, that, and the other. Do a podcast, do this, that, and the other, and have no problem whatsoever.
Right.
Yeah, I forgot the question. Sorry.
I was getting into it.
Yeah.
What I was going to say was, would you ever want to get into live action acting now? Or
Oh,
are
sure.
you kind of stuck with
Well,
voice acting with what you, let's kind of guess what you prefer.
The focus has always been voiceover for me, and will continue to be. While I'll dabble in like Friends webisodes here and there, and you know, but that takes a whole day or longer. Than the makeup and the wardrobe, and hurry up and wait while the equipment sets up. Like I was saying earlier, I'm really spoiled by voiceover. It doesn't matter what you look like. You can go in your PJs and unshaven, and you just show up and record for 2 hours and go home, and that's very freeing. I've talked to people who work in the on-camera world. They'll come in and do like a cameo in the VO world, and they'll talk about, man, I could get used to this. It's like, come on, guys, you stay on your playground. Let this be our playground.
Yeah, really.
And that's another point of contention that a lot of us are like, why do the celebrities get to swoop in and kind of take our parts away from us? And like, anger, rage.
Kyle Smash.
Yeah, because you know what? I haven't met a kid yet that you know went to go see Toy Story because it was Tom Hanks. It's the story. It's the characters.
Yeah.
And you know that Pixar, they do a really bang up job in getting actors who actually can do voice work just as well as they can do their on camera stuff. But you know, other studios, you just look at it, oh, that's a cash grab. Let's just put a name attached to it and have them play themselves. And they're making millions more. And you know, meanwhile we're here going, oh gee, gosh. But they'll call us in whenever those celebs are too busy or turn their nose up at doing like some of the pickup work after the movie's done. You know, they'll have to come in and dub their own voices because an airplane flew over or whatnot. So, I mean, Pat Fraley, one of my mentors, and he voiced Krang in the original Ninja Turtles cartoon. He got to loop for Tim Allen and Buzz Lightyear on the original Toy Story for all the fight sounds and anytime Buzz would fall down, and he made at least 10 grand doing that. So we like when the celebrities throw us a bone, but in the long run, it would be nice if Hollywood. You know, I understand that for the live action stuff, that business model is like, okay, we need a name. That's what's going to draw people to the audience. But in animation, you know, we're all becoming different characters. When you look at Shrek, you don't say to yourself, that's Mike Myers, that's Shrek. I would think.
Actually, I say that's Fat Bastard from Austin Powers.
Actually, yes. He kind of ripped himself off. But then again, Shrek was originally for Chris Farley, who passed away. He recorded most of the voice work and then passed away.
Oh, I did not know that.
I would have loved to have heard what Chris Farley would have done with that character.
I would like to hear that. If there's some record of that, that'd be awesome to check out.
But it seems like such a waste of money. The millions of dollars. Cameron Diaz made like $25 million for a voice role. And this all goes back to, I guess you could say it really started with Disney's Aladdin. I love Robin Williams. And they gave him mere pittance for his genie performance. They gave him like 75 grand, which is nothing.
Yeah, to him that's
nothing. To him, that's nothing. To us, it's like, oh my God, that's rent paid for a year, that's a new car, that's braces for your kids, and then some, you know? But he ended up suing Disney and then coming back for like the third direct-to-video Aladdin thing. But I think that's where that obsession made. It was like, we have to have a celebrity. We have to. It's like, no, you really don't. I don't think.
Well, I thought Dan Castellaneta did a bang-up job as the genie in the cartoon in the other movie.
Well, sure. And then this problem, I say it's a problem. I don't know if it's really a problem. It's a problem because it takes our work away. But no one bought Call of Duty because Gary Oldman's in it. Most people don't know Gary Oldman's in it. Most people play Call of Duty because they want to talk smack with their friends online multiplayer and just shoot people. And people who don't like Call of Duty. But I'll tell you, as a gamer, though, you don't buy a game because the celebrities in it, do you?
You want to play the game. I don't. I buy it because I like the game.
Bingo!
Like with Martin Sheen being in, oh Lord, what's that game now?
But there's just endless examples.
There's some game where Martin Sheen's in it anyway, and it looks just like him, sounds just like him.
Mm-hmm.
And my buddy would be able to tell you what game it is because he loves it.
Sure.
But I wouldn't buy the game because Martin Sheen was in it. I'd buy it because it was fun.
That's right. And I mean, the games have bigger budgets than anime, so that's why you don't hear, unless it's like a Miyazaki dub, you're not going to hear celebs come in and do it because the pay is awful.
Yeah.
Which is ironic because it's the hardest kind of voice work to do. You're acting, you're doing a character voice, and you're matching lip sync. And the people that come in have never done it before. They're always blown away by it. And it's like
sometimes you're doing mocap too.
Yeah, and mocap, the new frontier. I haven't done any mocap yet, but honestly, it's a little scary because it all goes back to being on camera again, where you have to memorize your dialogue, know your placement, this, that, and the other, and like, oh, okay.
Be here, do this, get into that light.
But as an actor, you need to push yourself. You need to try new things and never settle. Don't become complacent. And while I do love voice work, I'm interested in on-camera work, I mean, I'm just going to go wherever the opportunity takes me. And that's the important thing that I tell the next generation of people who want to do this for a living. Don't just say to yourself, I only want to do this. And don't turn down an opportunity to be in your friend's student film, or if you work up the nerves to study your lines and get on stage and do all that. I don't feel like a hypocrite saying that because it really is about the acting in the voiceover world. It's not the fact that you can do voices. It's that, can you build a performance? Are you efficient? Are you quick? Or do you have good improv skills? Do you have good cold reading skills? These are things that, of course, voice acting is just one facet of acting. It's all acting. It's just a different beast.
Cool. Well, that about wraps it up for my questions for you. If there's anything you want to say to your fans, now is the opportunity to do so.
Obviously, the folks that get to be a part of these huge shows and properties and games and cartoons and whatnot, we wouldn't have that opportunity without the fans. The fans mean the world to us, and has graced us with the opportunity to do what we do and be passionate about, which is that craft of acting. And our chance to go back in the booth and play again is because of you guys. So thank you so much for supporting all of these properties through the years and giving us a chance to play. And we love you from the bottom of our hearts. Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Well, thanks again for coming on.
Absolutely.
And we'll see you next time.
A bear is coming to attack me.
Oh.
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 A bear is coming to attack me.
Oh.